haven't been at 147 since he fought me, and I guess it was a struggle for him to make 147 at that time too. So it's a struggle for all of us, but definitely a struggle for him. And I heard he only had like 7-8 weeks to train. Usually training camp like 12 weeks. I'll be in everybody business like that. Right. He's training camp like 12 weeks. And I heard that his trainer left him too. But his trainer not gonna be with him. I don't know if that's true or not. His trainer's not gonna be with him either. So I mean, it's really up to if Kell Brook feel like he's ready for the fight. I feel like experience wise, it's a good fight, but I just feel like Terence Crawford is gonna beat him up. Yeah. I just feel like he's gonna win.
This is a very dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford is in a position where, he has everything to lose in this fight. Nothing really to gain. Even though Kell Brook is a talented fighter and a former world champion, I feel that people won't give him that respect, even if he blows through Kell Brook.
I don't know shit. What you talking about? No. You know, motherfucker. No, we know. You know. Your whole fucking team knows. Alright. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. You know you struggle to get the respect away? Congratulations. You look like a beast now, baby. Cool. 170? 180? I'm gonna be sharp. 200? It don't matter. I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna fill up too. I'm gonna fill up too. What? Okay, so what? You gonna fill up? I'm gonna fill up. What?
Hey, that face-off right there, the Kell Brook versus Terence Crawford face-off, it gave me chills. I'm talking about, it was intense. It was super intense on Kell Brook's behalf. He ready. You know what I'm saying? He really wanted. He didn't take this fight for the money. He took this fight for the legacy, not the fame. But when you look at Terence on the other side, he was super duper intense. I'm like, man, that look on Terence, that man is a dog. That man right there, he a killer. I'm telling you, this fight got me hyped because I really thought, because Errol Spence even came out and said, yeah, Kell Brook, he's damaged good. But now, I just want to make it clear, that was pretty much more so. I think he said it like a year or two ago. But now Errol Spence, he came out and said he believed Kell Brook is an easy fight for Crawford. He struggled to make 147. We all struggle, but he struggled more. He said that he only have a 6-week training camp without his trainer. So he felt like that Crawford, he should be the favorite to win the fight. As far as struggling to make the weight, we could go ahead and cancel that out because according to Brook, he said he in the best shape of his life, in a better shape than he was when he fought Porter, in a better shape than he was when he fought Errol Spence. So this is a real fight we have on our hands. Kell Brook is a live dog. Terence Crawford is the pound for pound #1, no question about it. However, he have a real fight on his hand. And I think this fight is about to be his best win on his resume, especially if he could win it in a spectacular fashion. Because truth be told, Kell Brook is the best win on Errol Spence's resume. So what's your take on all of that?
I love that question, man. Honestly, I deeply believe this is going to be a war. I believe this is going to be a classic. I think this is going to be one for the books. This is going to be one for the ages right here. For real, for real. Salute to the chat, by the way. OG Swag, you know what it is. Anyway, man, this is going to be good. And Terence Crawford always brings the heat in every single stare down he has. My favorite stare down, truth be told, is his stare down with him versus Jose Benavidez.
All his stare downs be fireworks. And that beat sold it
Every
too.
stare down.
You know, I had chills. You know what I'm saying? That beat, and Terence just, you know, bobbing his head, started talking trash and warning Kell Brook, and Kell Brook hit him back down. Man, this was classic. This was classic right here. I just wish I wish they were close up front when it came to the stare down. You know what I mean? But it still was lit though.
Honestly, that stare down, even though it was from a distance, that stare down reminded me of Jiren versus Goku when they first stared down. When there was a fight, remember? Like you did. I was just like, bro, like I'm like, these boys are on some tournament of power shit, bro. Like for real. I'm like, these boys are ready to get in there and go at it, man.
That was the most intense stare down from a distance that I ever seen. I mean, normally from a distance, like, you just can't feel the tension between the two fighters because they like a mile apart.
You remember when it was the two final teams, it was Universe 7 and Universe 11, the two final teams in Tournament of Power, and it came to Goku and Jiren staring down. That's literally how it was. I was like, and then Goku went Super Saiyan Blue. I was just like, bro, like, come on, fam. I'm like, this is gonna be a war tomorrow. I'm like, these boys are gonna go at it.
You already know. I think Terence gonna go Ultra Instinct tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He better go Ultra Instinct because Kell Brook is ready.
Me?
Jiren. He looked like, man, he's in the best shape of his life. Timothy Bradley said, look at his leg. It seemed like Terrence's legs, both of his legs combined together. He definitely looked good.
Big facts, bro. You already know I keep cooking. My brother stay cooking. Y'all know what it is. Man, deeply, bro, I have my money on Terence Crawford winning this fight because of his precise and accurate crisp punching, his precise punching upstairs and downstairs, the way he can switch up in combination sequences, and just the fact that he sticks and he commits and he is married to the jab, man. His jab is his bread and butter, and I deeply believe that Kell Brook is going to be in for some trouble in the later rounds of that fight. Early on, bro, I deeply believe that Kell Brook is going to bring his Jiren. He's going to bring that Jiren, man. And Terence is going to have to, and I think, honestly, I believe this is going to be the most difficult guy for Terence to actually calculate, because we know how Terence Crawford gets down in the ring. He'll sometimes give you the early rounds. In some fights he doesn't, just like against Felix Diaz. You know, he pretty much knew he could beat Felix Diaz from round 1 to round 9 when the fight was stopped. So, but on Kell Brook's end, I deeply believe that this is not the best Kell Brook we've got. I think he's just saying that to sell the fight. I think the best Kell Brook we got was the Kell Brook versus Errol Spence Jr. in the UK. I believe that was the best Kell Brook. I believe that we're going to get a great Kell Brook. I believe we're going to get a hungry Kell Brook. I believe that we're going to get a Kell Brook who wants to end his legacy with a bang, or he wants to have one last run. Who knows? We don't know. But at the end of the day, I deeply believe that Kell Brook just wanted to sell the fight when he said that. We're going to find out fight night, honestly. But I deeply give the fight to Terence Crawford. It could go either way. I'm not saying that Kell Brook is not a world-class fighter. He is definitely a world-class fighter. But when we're looking at activity and when we're looking at performance-wise, I got to lean more towards Crawford, especially with ring IQ, ring generalship, and not only just that, the fact that he can switch orthodox and southpaw and throw combination sequences and commit to the jab in both stances. But Kell Brook can also do that, just not as effectively as Terence Crawford. But we will find out. Kell Brook does look happy. In his training camp, he looked happy. When he was in the mitts, he looked happy. You know what I mean? He's looking great. Mentally, he's looking pretty good. So, you know, there's no telling what we're going to get. It's just like you said earlier, during some of the phone calls with some of the AKHis, you know, Kell Brook made weight easily. And then the stare down was on some Goku versus Jiren type shit. Like, this is going to be a great fight. This is going to be a good fight. It might be a stoppage. I'm leaning more towards the scorecard. But if Kell Brook's eye can hold up, hopefully it can hold up, because Triple G and Errol Spence kind of, you know, busted up that eye. It could be an early stoppage, maybe round 6 or round 7. But if we get a good Kell Brook, a hungry Kell Brook, like Kell Brook versus Errol Spence and the Kell Brook versus Sean Porter, then I think it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. But I got Terence Crawford by unanimous decision.
Yeah, nah, that's a great breakdown. You hit it all around the board. I have to agree with you on the shape part. I think when he fought Errol Spence, he was definitely most likely better, but he's definitely in a great shape tonight, and he will be tomorrow night. So one thing you could count on is Terence Crawford. He won't be calculating Kell Brook for 6-7 rounds like Lomachenko did against Teofimo. You're really going to see the pound for pound #1 skills displayed, and he's going to solve the puzzle and put it together like puzzle in 1 to 2 rounds. In the meantime, he going to be punching. It ain't like he going to just give the rounds away and not throw a single punch like Lomachenko did. That's not what's going to happen, right? Just to make it clear. But as far as, Kell Brook, he comes from the Sheffield school, Prince Nassim Hamed. So he's familiar with, people that's awkward, people that switch stance. For the people that don't know, Nassim Hamed is a fighter that also switched stance. And Kell Brook trainer that's currently right now, his father was the guy that trained Prince Nassim Hamed. So he should be very familiar with a guy like Terence Crawford, like the way he switched stands and stuff like that. So I'm be interested to see how is Terence Crawford going to pursue this fight. Is he going to fight off the orthodox stand till he figure him out, or is he going to be fighting from the southpaw stand from the jump? I'm really curious to see which one going to work better against Kell Brook, knowing the fact that Kell Brook supposedly the southpaw slayer till he met Errol Spence. So
yes, I was just about to say that. So he met Errol.
Until he met Errol. So it's intriguing to see, like Errol Spence pointed out, though. So he said he heard that Kell Brook only had 6 months to train. But according to Kell, he said he'd been training months for this fight. According to Kell, he said he in the best shape of his life because they've been negotiating for like months. And remember, Kell Brook been asking for this fight for a year now. I don't think he's been training for 6 weeks. I think that's just an excuse that people are making in order if Terence Crawford just watches Kell Brook, they could be like, oh, well, he didn't have that big of a training camp. But nah, trust me. Think about it. Kell Brook is not going to take this fight in 6 weeks for chump change because he's taking this fight for a low cut or pay cut. You ain't going to fight pound for pound #1 Terence Crawford for $2 million if you're not in shape and if you don't think you're going to win. I truly believe Kell Brook, he thinks he's going to win because he's not doing this for the money. He actually doing this for legacy, and he truly believes in his skill. So I really think Kell Brook is a live dog, but Terence is a bad man, and that's why he's pound for pound #1 for a reason. And I truly believe he's going to display that tomorrow night. But with that being said, my prediction is a late KO, maybe an 11th round KO. Hopefully the Manny Pacquiao, situation with Jeff Horn won't be the case for Crawford, in which he could possibly get robbed. Since the fact he'd been talking about leaving Top Rank, he'd been having issues with Top Rank since they haven't been promoting this fight like they were supposed to. I couldn't promote this fight like I wanted to because they had nothing out until like a week before the fight. Now it's too late because I could only do so much. I'm a one-man army. So, if you don't give me time to promote a fight, I'm not going to be able to. So I just felt like, ESPN have to do a better job promoting fights, especially Terence Crawford. They definitely don't show him the same love as they did to Lomachenko. But
hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.